Unearth the secrets of the sands. Join us on a thrilling journey through time as we unravel the enigmatic treasures of ancient Egypt. From cryptic artifacts to hidden tombs, these mind-boggling discoveries will leave you spellbound. So welcome to Ancient History, and today we will uncover 7 of the most mysterious recent ancient Egyptian finds. The south of Cairo, amid the royal necropolis of Dashur, an amazing find was made in 2017. The 3,700-year-old daughter of an ancient Egyptian pharaoh was found close to recently found pyramid. The tomb is thought to be that of King Nikama, a ruler of the 13th dynasty who's buried 650 meters away in his own pyramid. Archaeologists discovered a wooden box with hieroglyphic decorations within the burial chamber that held 4 pharaonic jars used for organ preservation. The deceased woman's liver, intestine, stomach, lungs, and the remnants of the sarcophagus were among the other meticulously preserved remains found in the wooden box. The sarcophagus was in a very fragile condition, according to the assistant to the Minister of Antiquities, Sharif Abdel Munam. His father's pyramid was discovered in April of the same year, which was followed by this amazing find. 2 of the oldest and best preserved pyramids were found in the Dashur royal necropolis, which was already well known for its construction by King Sneferu of the 4th dynasty 4,600 years ago. He demonstrated in 2017 that he had not yet surrendered all of his hidden treasures, and that there might possibly be even more. When the KV55 tomb in the Egyptian Valley of Kings was first discovered by archaeologists in 1907, we didn't know anything more about it. There exist, however, a few clay bricks bearing Akhenaten's name. Despite being a man, the coffin is inscribed with the queen's cartouche, Kia. The man's DNA closely resembles Tutankhamun's DNA, which may be a hint if there's one to be uncovered in this case. This suggests that he might be Smenkhare, Tutankhamun's sibling. If you're enjoying the video so far, then help us dig up that ancient history subscribe button by hitting it with your shovel-like fingers. Done that? Wow, you're one hell of an archaeologist. Now, let's continue. A 2012 find appears to support the existence of a practice that was previously believed to be a myth or even a rumor. 16 human hands were discovered in 4 trenches in front of what's believed to have been an ancient throne room during the excavation of an ancient royal palace. They're roughly 3,600 years old and originate from the time the Hyksos people ruled a region of Egypt close to Tel al-Daba. The hands were certainly amputated as a tribute to King Kion, who oversaw the palace. The king reportedly accepted the severed hands in exchange for gold reserves, according to some historical accounts from the period. The hands most likely weren't those of the king people who claimed ownership of the gold. In return, they were offered by troops who would have kept them apart from a king's adversary. They might have originated from Egyptians or other adversaries of the Levantine offspring. An amazing structure that was initially built in 1457 BC was re-rented near the Karnak Temple in Luxor, Egypt, 2022. The obelisk was originally one of the 2 that stood proudly in honor of her reign and was dedicated to the legendary Queen Hatshepsut, the second woman to ascend to the position of pharaoh. Thanks to the efforts of the archaeologists and engineers, the lower 2/3 of the structure have been lost over time due to an earthquake or intentional destruction. This fully rebuilt obelisk can now stand upright once again owing to the work of archaeologists and engineers, with the lower third's current reconstruction and the old upper third. The restored obelisk weighs about 99 tons and stands at a height of roughly 36 feet. It's built of a magnificent pink granite and it's decorated with beautiful carvings that show Queen Hatshepsut's adoration for the most important god in the New Kingdom period of ancient Egyptian history, Amun. Have you ever wondered why so many statues from ancient Egypt lack a nose? The cause of this occurrence have been the subject of numerous theories over the years. Of course, natural erosion may be a factor, as fragile materials like marble and stone can be harmed by the harsh elements of the wind, water, and the rolling sand dunes. These effects may have caused the limbs of the ancient statues to break off over thousands of years, leaving many of them without arms, legs, and noses. However, human interference, notably vandalism, is another significant component that must be disregarded. The act of removing a nose and other facial characteristics has been documented throughout history, from the defacing of statues of former Egyptian pharaoh to the mutilation of the Aristotle statue in Turkey. While some damage was carried out in the name of religion, other actions were done in an effort to remove or downplay the influence of previous monarchs. Another idea contends that the African origins of ancient Egypt were purposefully downplayed and rejected by early Egyptologists. However, the same phenomenon may be seen in Greek and even Roman statues by removing their noses, suggesting that rather than being an instance of racism, this might be an act of destruction or shame. Egyptian culture has been researched more than any other ancient civilization. Nevertheless, there are still unanswered questions regarding this strong race and their empire. Even some of the things that we've already discovered, like the Kum Umbo tomb, are beyond our comprehension. Recently, beneath the temple, hundreds of mummified crocodile bodies were discovered, ultimately providing an explanation for some of the odd markings on the walls. Egypt during the Ptolemaic era had a divided temple. We have 2 entrances, 2 sanctuaries, 2 courtyards, and even 2 halls. Sobek and Horus are both honored in separate halves of the temple, but no one could figure out why images of crocodiles filled half of the temple until the crocodile's remains were discovered. Most historians merely considered the piece of art to be extravagant and mysterious. The medicinal and surgical instruments that were engraved on the walls of the temple, which are thought to be the oldest in the world, still remain a mystery. Here, there are 2 distinct priesthoods. One was devoted to medicine, and the other was devoted to crocodiles. The only common thing I know between a crocodile and medicine is that they both know how to snap you out of it. Come on guys, I was expecting some laughs. I put so much effort into that joke. Nah, never mind. You need to reevaluate your assumptions if you believe that hair extensions are a relatively recent development in the hair and cosmetic fields. We have located the ideal skull to demonstrate to you that hair extensions have been used for thousands of years. This is the skull of a woman who was buried about 3,300 years ago in Amarna. But it was wrapped in a shroud since it wasn't deemed significant enough to be mummified. When it was ultimately opened by archaeologists in 2014, they discovered that a piece of her hair was still affixed to her skull. There were approximately 70 hair extensions attached in a sophisticated pattern with layers, so it wasn't actually her hair. She must have had a very interesting haircut when she was alive. There is evidence of hair extensions on more skeletons discovered in the Amarna region, including one body with black and grey hair extensions. Now, it's really interesting that other Egyptian sites have never yielded any proof of this practice. Maybe Amarna was a major fashion hub in its era, comparable to Paris, Milan, or even New York. These were 7 of the most mysterious recent ancient Egyptian finds. Some of these answers are still a question for the archaeologists, and hopefully with time, we'll find the answer. And when we do find the answers, you'll know where to find them. Yeah, that's right here, and our channel, Ancient History. So, dig up that subscribe button, and as we know you're a curious soul, I have a new video for you. It's all about ancient history. We'll see you there.